Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a fun video. I'm gonna do the TBR jar picks my September reads, except I'm gonna put a little twist on it because I have a bunch of reads that I know I want to read in September. So I'm gonna hope that those books will fall under some of these prompts. So first we have to build my TBR cart. Like I did in my last video, I don't have an actual TBR cart. All my TBR books are just like somewhere in the shelves. So I'm going to use my side table that I have in my living room and you'll see. Let's just do it. Since I last filmed this video, I have gotten so many books. I did a huge book haul, so I'm going to try and make these all fit in this little shelf thing, but I don't know if they will. I'm going to start by putting my priorities in here, I think. Okay, I think these are all the books on my physical TBR. If I missed a few, then I missed a few. Like I did last time, if it's a series, I only put the next book that I need to read because there's no point in putting a whole series up here. And then the main books I want to get to are in this shelf, like this one. Those are all my like thrillers, fantasies, mysteries, perfect for fall, which I cannot believe it's September already. I am so excited and I hope I get some good reads. So I think we're gonna pick 8 and I feel like that'll be a good amount. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and get started because I'm really excited. The first one I did is yellow on the cover. I'm gonna try and pick as many books as I can from this shelf. I don't know if this counts because the writing is yellow, but there is a yellow on the cover. This is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I've been wanting to pick this book up for so long.
Love you. And it's recording, isn't it?
Anyways, this book is about an actress who is escaping some bad press. So she goes to her family's lake house in Vermont, and across the lake is this couple and the woman mysteriously goes missing. So I feel like this will be perfect for the fall time, and I don't know, I've never read a Riley Sager book and I know so many people really like this, so I'm excited to read it. Also, I just realized this, books with pages like this, where like a design takes up the whole page, I feel like they're always so much quicker to read because you just like fly through them. So I'm really excited for that. I want to like put these somewhere so you guys can see them, but I don't know where to put them. It'll be up here for now. Have been wanting to read. Okay, this is great because I've been wanting to read like all these books. I don't know. There's a lot I could do for this. These 3 books I'm all really excited to read. That's the Hawthorne Legacy. I want to start the Naturals series and then the Housemaid's Secret. So these are all really good options, but I think I'm going to go with Divine Rivals. I've been wanting to read this. I've seen so much hype around it. I don't know, because I could also do Fourth Wing. Okay, honestly, I think I'm between these 2. I should have used this for yellow on the cover because it's gold, but like that's basically yellow. I mean, come on. So I don't know, if I choose this for this prompt, then I'm gonna be really sad if I don't get this, but something's telling me to choose this. So I think I'm gonna choose Divine Rivals. I was actually sent this, which I'm so grateful for, and it had a little note in it, so thank you, Christina. I'm so excited to read this. I just get so emotional when you guys send me books because I don't know, it just feels really real and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. I'm really excited to read this. Okay, I already feel like this is gonna be such a good reading month. I am so excited. Okay, next one. Ooh, You've Had for a Long Time. I think I know what I'm gonna do for this. These are really good prompts. Like, they're really helping me out right now. Most of these books, honestly, I haven't had for that long of a time. A lot of them are from my recent haul. At least the books that I like am wanting to read. Some of these books up here I've had for a while. I just don't really want to pick them up because they don't feel super fall-ish to me. But I have 2 options for this prompt. And the first one is A Court of Wings and Ruin or Legends and Lattes. I'm leaning towards Legends and Lattes just because I know this is a super cozy fantasy, so it's high fantasy, low stakes, and I've never read a fantasy like that, so I'm excited to try something new. And it's on the shorter side, which will be nice because I feel like I'm gonna have some bigger books, and fantasy does take more brain power, and I want to read more fantasy in September, so something light like this would be good. I'm a little skeptical because Allie read this recently and I think she gave it a 1 star, which kind of scares me, but I also think that this is something that I would be interested in, so we shall see. It's basically like after when a normal fantasy would take place. Like a normal fantasy, you see like war and missions, I guess, I don't know what the word for it is, and like bounties and stuff. That's like a normal fantasy. But this is like after all that. Like they've done all their bounties and now they're settling down and they open a coffee shop, and I feel like that's just so fun. So I'm really excited to read this one. Okay, next, one word title. I don't have any in mind for this. I ended up having more than I thought. I have 4 books that I could do for this prompt. The first one I know I'm not going to pick, and that is Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. I just have not been in a coho mood, and I don't know, this looks like 4th of July to me, not September, so I'm not going to read this. I'm a big mood reader, but by mood reader I mean like season reader. So in the fall, I really only want to read fall books. Like I don't want a cute little summer romance because it's not summer. The other 3 also don't scream fall to me. So I have Renegades by Marissa Meyer. This is a new series that I picked up, and this is a thick book. It's almost 600 pages, which is kind of on the heftier side. It's a dystopian, I think it's YA dystopian, and it's about superheroes, which sounds really cool, but it's not something I think I'm in the mood for. The other 2 books I have would be continuations of series. I'm currently reading Addicted to You, so the next book is Ricochet, which is a one-word title, and I think maybe I'll pick this one, or I have Reckless by Elsie Silver, which is the 4th in the Chestnut Springs series. Both are really good options, and I don't know what to pick. I think I'm gonna pick Reckless just because. I don't really have a reasoning. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I lied. I think I'm gonna pick Ricochet because this one is significantly shorter, and I'm getting over my fear of long books, especially with Elsie Silver. Long books don't really bother me because her writing just is a breeze and I love it. But this is almost 500 pages and this isn't even 300, and I just feel like, I don't know. I feel lazy. Honestly, I feel a little lazy, and a shorter book makes me feel more accomplished, so I think I'm gonna pick Ricochet, and then maybe if it's between 2 books on my next prompt, I can pick the longer one. I have way too many books. I feel like recently everyone has been doing all the books on my physical TBR video, and people like Destiny who have so many books, I don't know how they do it. I would literally cry. I would be so stressed out. Even this many books is a lot for me, but I do love having books. I don't know. Anyways, these are now the books that I'm going to be reading. I did some rearranging. A YA book. That's all we got. Wow, there's a lot for this one that I want to read. I don't know if Fourth Wing is YA. It might be, but in my brain it's not, which is why I'm not including it in this. But if it is, let me know in the comments because I have no idea. But I have a lot of YA books that I have been dying to read. So when I first saw this prompt, my very first thought was, okay, I'll read Twin Crowns, which I have heard is described as like super easy to read. Like it's a very low reading level. I wonder what it is. I have no idea, but I've heard this as described as being super easy. So that was my first thought. But then I was like, oh my goodness, I have so many other books I could choose for this prompt. So I have The Box in the Woods by Maureen Johnson. This is the 4th in the Truly Devious series, which is like a YA mystery, and it takes place like up in the hills in Vermont at a boarding school. Well, boarding school. It's like a school for the gifted, and that is just so fall. Like it's Vermont. Come on. So this is another good idea. I also have The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which I have been really wanting to start. So that's another option. Also by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, I have The Hawthorne Legacy, which is the 2nd in the Inheritance Games series, which I've really been wanting to continue. And this will be such an easy read because Jennifer Lynn Barnes' writing is just so easy to like comprehend and read. And then I have One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus, and this is about 5 friends who go to detention and then one of them dies. So this also sounds super good. But then the book I think I'm gonna choose is What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walther. This is more of a summary book. It's like the last week of school and it takes place at a boarding school, and this girl feels as though she hasn't really had a good school experience, like she hasn't participated in anything, so she participates in the prank, like the end of the year prank. And this doesn't feel fall at all, but I have been really wanting to read this, and I feel like it would be a good transition book, like from summer to fall. So I feel like I'm gonna pick this book. I'm honestly really excited. I read The Summer of Broken Rules last year, 2 years ago, I think it was last year, and I absolutely loved it. So I can't wait to read this one. Okay, only 3 more to go in a series. These prompts have been so nice to me. I think for this one, you guys already know how many options I have, but I think I'm gonna go with the Hawthorne Legacy, or I don't know, I kind of also want to do the Housemaid's Secret. I have such a good variety so far. Like, I have a summer YA book, adult romance, we have a cozy fantasy, we have a regular fantasy, and we have a Riley Sager mystery. I don't know if it's a thriller, I think it's just a mystery. So I feel like this one would make it even more diverse. Like, this would be a YA mystery series. So I think I'm gonna pick this one. Only 2 more. That makes me so sad. I love doing this video. Ooh, okay, we have a 2-word title. When I first heard this prompt, my very first thought was I'll do the, where is it? The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, because it's the first 2-word title I thought of, right? Okay, and then I saw I could do Twin Crowns, another good option. And then I saw, okay, I could do The Inmate by Frida McFadden, so I could still get my Frida McFadden book in. But then I was like, or I could do Killjoy, which would be a nice short little novella. I've been wanting to read this and it's part of a series, and I can finally like close out that series. But then I looked a little bit further and I was like, oh my goodness, Fourth Wing. This is it. This is what the prompt was made for. So I will be doing Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I feel like this book is the most hyped up book I have ever seen on BookTok ever. And I am really excited to read this because it just looks so fun. I said in my last video, it kind of reminds me a bit of Harry Potter, the Goblet of Fire to be specific, because of like the dragons. And I loved Harry Potter, so I'm really excited to read this. Our very last pick, genre you don't usually read. Okay, I think I know exactly what book I'm gonna do for this. I could lie to you and say, oh, I don't really read fantasy, which I don't read a lot of fantasy, but there's plenty of fantasy in here, so obviously that's a lie. A genre I really don't read ever would be science fiction. I think I'm gonna do Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I feel like I'm starting a bunch of series in this month, which is kind of a bummer because I have a lot of series that I need to finish, but this is another series that I will be starting. Like I said, this is science fiction. Haley Pham raves about this. It's supposedly like Hunger Games but in the sky, which sounds really interesting, and I'm excited to give it a try. I really hope I like it. And with that, those are all the books I will be reading in September. Let's do a quick little recap. Here is my book stack. This makes me so excited because these are so fall. I love these. They're very fall coded. So I have Red Rising by Rebecca Yarros, The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walther, Ricochet by Krista and Becca Ritchie, Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry, Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, and Red Rising by Pierce Brown. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Anything you do helps me out so much, and I really appreciate it. But I'll see you guys so soon in my next one. Bye.